Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss about how to, slice the data in Azure Analysis Service or Tabular Cube in terms of vertically and horizontally. So most of you guys already know that in Azure Cube, Azure Analysis Service, you can have, you can create a prospectus on top of your cube. Basically, the prospectus is where you want to control specific objects, specific attributes to the users. Okay, so this is my one of the sample database. If you look at here, you can see here I connected to prospect. Okay, where my prospective name is internet sales, which is already created. Uh, if you unselect the prospective and select all objects, you can see list of entire cube objects. But when select only the internet sales, so you can see there is a customer dimension which is missing. That means the prospective is fully designed for the specific objects and specific attributes. Right now, uh, what what will be your action if you want to filter out the data? Horizontally, let's say maybe your client might ask you to create a view where the users can see limited months data or particular region data. What it is mean? So let me show you. Now I connected to the Excel. Now I'm going to connect to the cube, click next, finish, and then created the one report. Here I have my we take the internet total sales, and then I'll take the time hierarchy where I take the calendar hierarchy. So here this is information I'm having from 2011 to 2014. Now your client might ask only show the data, create a particular view within the cube and display only data related to 2013 and 2014. So in that scenario, what we need to do, I mean, we can create like a separate SQL view and call that view in here and create a particular separate measure group. That is the one option. Second option is you can create a role, right? So specific role where you can create and restrict the data for particular chosen year. So whoever part of that particular role, when they try to connect to the cube, so the data will automatically slice to them. That is another option. Otherwise, you can go with kind of row level security where you can bring your dimensions to control the row level security. So these are the three options that you can quickly implement and do it. But there is a fourth option that you can try to implement that using the calculated tables. So the calculated tables is actually don't store any data. So it's completely on top of particular measure group or particular table. On top of the table we create this particular calculated table. It's basically kind of SQL view, act like a SQL view, but it's not SQL view, act like a SQL view, and it won't store any data. It only stores your formula, whatever the formula that you define. It will store the information in that formula and then does your job. Okay, so the prospect is already, as I mentioned, only you can restrict dimension and particular object, particular attributes, but I'm not going to cover the prospectus. In this video completely I'm going to talk about the calculated tables. Okay, so let's get into the details and taking the one use case, right? So here is the use case. Now my goal is create a one calculated table where restrict my data to 2013 and 2014. Okay, so to do that I'm going to connected my tabular cube and then right click on here tables. uh, so here create a new and then select this option calculated table. When you created calculated table, you need to give a name, say 2013 14 internet sales. Okay, so this is the name I'm giving. Now I need to write some expression to bring the data from internet sales and filter out to the 2013 and 14. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll write one DAX query where it will filter out the data. Okay, so I'll start with calculate calculate table. Okay, and then I use the summarize function, summarize columns. Okay, now what I want here, I want to take the calendar year from my date dimension. Under the date dimension, uh, sorry, I'm in the prospector, right? I go to all objects. Under the all objects, I'll see my calendar hierarchy. From this hierarchy, I want to, take, oops, it's not drag and drop, is not working. Anyway, I'll type it. So it's, since I'm using the, tabular editor free version, I'm not getting all this intelligence, right? So for that reason, I'm tapping calendar year. Okay, and then also I want, date. Sorry, not date. Calendar quarter, calendar quarter, and then, now I'll take only internet sales. Okay, so where is my internet sales? I can get it from here. Internet sales, internet sales. Okay, writing the code here, the DAX code without intelligence, it's a little, time consumed to process. What I'll do, I quickly, open the DAX Studio. So I'll start using the DAX Studio advantage so that we can write the query very fast, right? So here I copy pasted my query. Now I'm going to take the internet sales. From the internet sales, I'm going to take, total sales, internet total sales. Uh, so I give a name, right? 2013, 14, enter, okay, internet sales. Okay, so this is the give name, and then, I give calculate, right? And then sum of, okay, I think it's already calculated measure, so I don't need to write, calculated function, so it will work directly, right? And then I will close the my brackets. Okay, how many brackets? Yeah, I'll just run this code. What happened is correct. Okay, uh, evaluate is missing. Evaluate. Okay, so now let me run. So now I'm getting the data from the 2011, 12, 13, 14, the sets. But my goal is only filter out 2013 and 14 data. To do that, what I'm going to use, so I'm going to write treat as, and then the column values I need to put it, right? So column filter values are 2013, 2014. Okay, and then my column name is calendar, right? Date, calendar. Yeah. Okay, so my comma is here on this query. Now I'm getting only data for 2013 and 14. I'm going to copy this particular statement and put it in the my tabular editor. Okay, so paste. All working good. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to deploy these changes to the tabular cube, right? To do that, so I go to here and then simply save the changes to the connected database. So I did that. Now what I'm going to do, I need to process the cube. For that, let me open my SSMS. I'm connecting to. Now I connected to SSMS. So here I go to my list of cubes and right click on my sample cube, which is the AWDW2, and hit the process database. Under the process database, hit the process recalculation so that the new calculated table, get compiled in the queue, and it will start working. Click OK. So now my compilation is completed, and now I go to here in my, Excel sheet connected to the Azure Analysis Service. click refresh all to see the changes. So now you see my calculated table is um, available. So now what I'll do here, I will take internet sales and then my quarter and then calendar year. So I'll put it in this order. I just simply apply little cosmetics, display, close. Okay, so we're good. So now you can see here my data is showing only for 2013 and 14. Okay, so now there is a problem here. I'm not sure whether you guys noticed it. The internet sales is whatever we created the measure, which is appearing under only rows. If I drag that particular column to the values, you will get this warning where you're not able to drag it, because whenever you create any calculated table, all the columns will be created as a string columns. So now the internet sales, whatever you created in the tabular cube, it's coming as a string column. Due to that reason, you're not able to bring to the values under the values. You can keep this column either in the rows or in the columns, it will work. Or you can have it in the filter too, but you cannot have it under the values. Okay. Now, to make this column is available under the values, we need to work on it a little bit. Let's get into the let's start working on that way. Okay, so now the measure that I created here, so what I'm going to do, right click here, create a measure. So I'm going to create a customized measure. Okay, so customized measure is I'll say aggregated internet sales. Okay, so oh, aggregated internet sales. Okay, so now I'm going to write here to aggregate, use the sum expression and then call this your measure, string measure, and then my display format string should be this way, and then by default it will sum up. Now I created a measure. Now I'll save this, control S. Okay, I mean we need to publish the changes to Azure Cube, so click yes, or you can directly hit this button so that your changes will be saved into the SSMS. Now go here again. I need to reflect on my changes. Just go to tabular cube, right click on the tabular cube, click on the process database, and then do the process recalculation. Okay, again my reprocess completed. Now I go here in Excel, hit a refresh. So now you need to find that measure. It's created here. Now if I drag this measure, it will work. That's it. So now, yeah, okay, one second. Yeah, now you can see here. Uh, so whatever the string measure is converted as a aggregated measure, and it's appearing under the values. Okay, now so further step, right? Now I want to see this data at customer ID level. Okay, now let me remove this column, and I drag the customer ID. Now let's see what will happen. Now you can see here the strange problem. When I drag the customer ID, it's all my aggregated internet sales is duplicating. It's repeating. That means there is no relationship between this particular calculated table and this customer dimension. Okay, so that's the reason it's repeating. Now, to make that happen, to make it work, what we need to do, we need to make some adjustments here. What adjustments we need to do? So we need to bring our, customer column, customer ID column, which is from customer dimension, customer ID. Okay, and then again, I'll just quickly test this code whether it's working or not. Run. Okay, perfect. It's parsing. It's working fine. Now I think it's working fine. Then I'll save my changes. Oh, so I need to do one more thing. So I added the customer ID column. Now I need to create a relationship between my calculated table and the customer dimension so that this duplication issue will be solved. To do that, go to here, go to under the relationships, right click on relationship, click on new relationship, and then go to here. So the many to many relationship, sorry, many, the foreign key is, many is nothing but foreign key it's asking. So my foreign key is uh, where is that new calculated table? Oh, I can't do that because these changes, whatever I added the column right here, first I need to deploy these changes. Okay, so save, and then now you see the customer ID came up. Now I can go ahead and create the you know relationship. So customer ID, and my primary key is customer dimension under the customer ID. That's it. So I save these changes. Control S. Okay. It's throwing the error. What is the error? Save modification error. Okay. Save the model. Okay. Circular dependency. Okay. It's saying that there is a circle. Okay, so the circular dependency problem is coming because we are using the customer ID column from the customer dimension. Instead of that, we need to use the customer ID column from internet sales. Okay, so now I drag this one and the customer ID. Then I save the changes. Save. Okay, so now my customer ID is updated with internet sales. Now I go ahead here and create my relationship. Okay, so now my foreign key is the customer ID from the my calculated table, and primary key is customer ID from the customer dimension. Okay, so now I save this changes and then go here and process database and process recalculation. Click OK. That's it. So my calculated table is updated. Now I go ahead here and then refresh. Okay, so now you can see here. Now you can see here there is no duplication at customer ID level. Okay, so this is how you can create your calculated tables and then make the relationship connect the relationship to other dimension table, and it will work simply. Okay, let's say so far we created only the relationship between the customer ID and our calculated table. Now if I drag my region name, then again you get the duplication issue at the region name level. Okay, so to avoid this problem, again you need to bring your geography ID from the fact table and make the relationship between your calculated table to geography dimension. Then your duplication issue will be resolved. So the calculated table not only filter out the data, slicing the data, but if you want to write some top 10 customer. Okay, so there is another scenario, right? So there is another scenario I want to handle is how to bring the top 10 customers. Okay, so only when you're taking the maybe I'll take the use case like where your customer gender is not equal to M, and you're based on the geography wise, right? And you want to take the uh, top 10 customers, you can write that and create a calculated table. So to do that, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to create again calculated table. I'll say top 10 or top n. I'll put it like top n, and here I write you one column. Here I write expression, so which is top n. Okay, I want to get the 10 customers, right? And then I use the summarize function. Okay, so from here, first I want to filter out the data, right? Filter, take the internet sales, and then within the internet sales, I want to filter out, customer gender not equal to M. Okay, and then so my filter condition is applied here. Okay, sorry, there is a bracket, should be closed here. Right, and now along with this I take gender from customer table, and then geography, country, region, name. Okay, so along with this, so I want to take the one of the measure from the sales. Okay, internet sales, I take internet total sales. Okay, and then I will close my brackets. Okay, it's pretty difficult. Let me try here in the DAX Studio to prepare that query. Then we can copy paste back. Run. So summarize function was not found in input table. Okay, so there is a syntax here, the problem. Okay, and then these are the group by. Okay, I need to give it here some name, total sales, and then calculate. All right, and then it should work now. Yeah, perfect. So only female gender and the region wise total sales I'm getting it. Now I'm going to take this, right, and put it in my here in my tabular cube, save the changes, saved. So you can see my top and calculated table is created, and then right click here, process database, process recalculated, click OK. That's it. So now I go here, refresh. So you can see the top 10. Okay, top 10. Okay, again, it's the same problem, right? Even if you drag all these three columns, right, they will appear under the rows. Okay, now let me delete these columns. Okay, now I select gender, country name, total sales. Okay, you're getting the total sales under the rows. Again, you need to, enable the customer ID join between your internet sales calculated table versus your customer dimension. Again, things will work properly. Okay, so this is how you can create your own customized tables, calculated tables, make them work like a charm. Okay. Uh, so not only this scenario, you can create a drill down actions if somebody asked. So the drill down actions, you can handle the drill down actions through using the calculator table. Right. That's all for this video. I hope it will help. Feel free to share your suggestions or feedback in comment section. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next video with a different topic. Thank you.